right, so let's see what we have in this morning's newspaper headlines. So I have with me the very first paper, the Daily Graphic, Thursday, June 20th, 2024. NDC names campaign team, and also advertising of alcoholic beverage. Supreme Court endorses FDA ban on celebrities, and that story can be found on page 13. I am personally very much interested in this topic, and we'll be bringing you a conversation on that later on in the show, so you will want to stick and stay with us and catch the full story on that one. BEC in limbo, WAEC awaits 48 million Ghana cedis to begin examinations. Wow. Gender minister under financial stress. That story can also be seen on page 13 of today's edition of the Daily Guide. Daily Graphic, I beg your pardon, the Daily Graphic. So I have with me now the Daily Guide newspaper. SC upholds FDA ban on celebrity alcohol ads. Don't restrain Opuni trial, as well as election 2024. Harina Muntaka missing in NDC campaign team. Ghana needs a visionary leader, and that's from Baumia. And also 10 entities express interest in Saglame housing project. That's on the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper. Now moving on to the Ghanaian Times, the most authoritative newspaper. 7.3 million Ghanaians are poor, and that's from the Ghana Statistical Service as they review, and the story can be seen on page 8. That's an interesting one. That's quite a chunk of the population being stated as poor. Shally, it is well. NDC unveils 2024 campaign team. Fifi Kwete named campaign coordinator. 86,000 printed passport booklets remain uncollected from the passport office, and that's from for 10 firms bid to complete Saglame housing project, and that's from Kojo Opon in Kroma right there. Now the New Finder newspaper. Gender minister pushes for quick passage of affirmative action bill. Fifi Kwete, Yanim, Opare Ado, Professor Alabi, others lead Mohammed's campaign. Snit Hotels, Rock City tops all. Bids $61.2 million US, exceeding 59.1 million valuation price. And Napo leads running mate race in NIB report, and also Saglame bids to be received by July 8th. And the story, as I said, can be seen on page 9 of the New Finder newspaper. Now to the Chronicle. The Chronicle. Opuni sacked from Supreme Court. Fifi Kwete heads NDC campaign team. From migrating in confirm to Nkokotikente market queens to run shift as Wache is sold as 2 a.m. I see. Watching it has been sold at 2 a.m. since, so we've been eating it since. Housing Ministry to dig into financial background of Saglame bidders. And for the Bible verse of the day on the Chronicle newspaper, we have Leviticus 19 verse 15. You shall do no injustice in court. You shall not be partial to the poor or defer to the great, but in righteousness shall you judge your neighbor. I'm sure we could have been looking out. We would have been looking out for this, but he's not here. But he'll get to see when he comes back. Interesting quotation rather from the Chronicle. So when Kweku comes, I'll ask him what he thinks about it, maybe off air. Now the Daybreak newspaper. Napo tops all in running mate search. NIB report. Moroccan Energy Customs managers under steady NPA. IGP in Konkonsatip. Perjury looms as phone calls log days committee. Believe in Ghana, Baumia tells faith-based organizations. So that's it for the Daybreak newspaper. The Business Analyst newspaper. GIPC reforms to boost foreign investor confidence. Investment holders picket at Finance Ministry. And also, Wakam drives Brace project forward in mining communities. Ghana's economy sees 4.7% growth in QI. That's a report from the Ghana Statistical Service, as they indicate there. Ghana tragic saga of food inflation, empty plates and empty promises. Right, the Anchor newspaper now. Energy Minister leads race in BNI survey as preferred candidate secures 76.27% endorsement. Lab professionals strike cripples hospitals. Pregnant women, patients turned away. 2 private security guards arrested for wearing military uniform. Hey, Charlie, you people, I don't know how you guys have so much vim to be doing these things. You're not a military officer. Why are you wearing the uniform? Anyway, finally, to the final newspaper for the morning, I have the ABC News. Celebrities can't promote alcoholic drinks. Supreme Court upholds FDA ban. The search is over. It's NAPO. NIB survey reveals. Election is about competence, ideas, not religion or ethnicity. Chairman of the Christian Council have that right on the ABC newspaper. Right, so that's it for the newspapers for this morning. Now we are going to ChannelOne Newsroom. So if you have your tablet, your phones, you can quickly join me. Let's take a look at the online stories we have on ChannelOne Newsroom for this morning. Ghana revenue shortfall to deteriorate under IMF program. Nimoy Thompson. Also 2024 polls. Bawumia is a failure. He's no match for Mahama. And that's from Joshua Alabi. Dutch passport PhD debate due to MPP's economic mismanagement. Mahama. Ghana's audit service performance downgraded by the World Bank. Ablakwa lied Rock City Hotel not making losses, and that's from Brian Echampong. War killings. Overlord demands investigation report, calls for enhanced security. Restructure cocoa board, allow farmers control their own sales. Nimoy Thompson has that there. IMF program worsening Ghana's economic crisis. Nimoy Thompson again. Kenya introduces free electronic travel authorization for Ghanaians. Wow, that's interesting. We lost a 2020 election because of COVID. Death of Rawlings. That's from Joshua Alabi again. And also Ablakwa lied Rock City Hotel not making losses, Brian Champon. So you can catch many of these headlines and others on the ChannelOneNewsroom.com and take a read at them into details. We take a quick break. When we come back, sports is up next. Do stay. Welcome back. This is still Breakfast Daily, and now it's time for some sports stories right here on the show. Euro 2024, Germany booked their place in the last 16 of the 2024 Euros after beating Hungary 2-0 in Stuttgart on Wednesday. Jamal Musiala and captain Ike Gundogan got the goals for the Germans as they recorded their second victory of the tournament. The early game on Wednesday saw Albania hold Croatia to a 2-2 draw in Hamburg. Albania led from the 11th minute until the 74th when Croatia leveled. The Croatians took the lead in the 76th minute, but in the 95th minute, Ali's Gusala tied the game. In the evening game, Scotland and Switzerland drew 1-1. in Cologne. Scott McTominay's deflected shot put Scotland ahead after 13 minutes, but Shakir's first-time effort tied the game for Switzerland, and that was how it stayed until the end of the match. Today, Slovenia faces Serbia at 1 p.m. England takes on Denmark at 4 p.m. and Spain and Italy will clash at 7 p.m. And also still on some Euro 2024 sports stories, Mbappe returned to France training on Wednesday after breaking his nose against Austria in their opening Euro 2024 game. The 25-year-old was pictured wearing a protective bandage during the session and initially trained alone. The break was confirmed at the Dusseldorf hospital before Mbappe rejoined his teammates in the camp. It remains unclear whether the French captain will be able to play in their second group match against the Netherlands on Friday. The French Football Federation said that a productive mask would be made for Mbappe if he is to play against the Netherlands on Friday.